Alright, hello everyone. I have a package here that I figured an unboxing of would be fun. I don't know what happened to my scissors after the last video. Oh, they're right here. Never mind. They were sitting literally like right there on the computer. So, but I ordered this thing, and part of me wishes I had, simply because I discovered later that this was not the product that I was thinking it was. But I had already done that after I had ordered it. So, not much you could do about that. But this is something that's really cool anyway, and should be really helpful for my story writing. At least that's what is stated on Reddit, where all this stuff is. This box is a Deck of Worlds box. It was after I ordered the Deck of Worlds that I realized that the story deck that they have is actually completely different. So they have a deck called the Story Engine right there. You can see it. Well, maybe if it freaking focuses. You can see right there at the top, it says Story Engine. And so, I was buying the Story Engine. That's what I thought I was buying. But what I ended up buying was Deck of Worlds. Which is fine, because it's got all kinds of stuff in here. This one is the Worlds of Sand and Story. If it'll focus, there it is. This one is World of Tide and Tidings. Yeah, good enough. And these are like expansion packs, basically, for it. We have Frost and Fable. And they have like 12 of these, expansion packs. This one is open. 2 of these are open for some reason. Strange. Fresh Ink and Ancient Song. Huh? I don't even remember ordering that. Heroes' Quests and Fool's Errands. Well, it wouldn't focus on that one, but whatever. This one's not open, so I don't know what was up with the other. Worlds of Myth and Magic, which again didn't focus. And then, of course, the big baddie himself, the actual Deck of Worlds, the Deck of Endless World Building. So what this is, what this story engine thing is it's supposed to help with story writing. We always use the same, 30 locations, 20 tropes, that kind of stuff. And so somebody said, what if we put a whole bunch of things together? Well, this is my assumption of what happened anyway. But somebody had the idea of, let's put a bunch of things together and make it randomizable, Kind of like those name generators and things like that that you find online. Um, Sorry, I feel like I keep needing to adjust the microphone. Um, Now, how does it actually open? I figured it slid out, but it does not. Or maybe it does, and I'm just doing it wrong. It looks like it does. It's just tight. Oh, goodness. Apparently, the art for this, as the box says, is Grace P. Fang, one of the Magic the Gathering artists. Of course, that's what the box says. I don't know if you can see it. It also says C.L. Clark, award-winning author of The Unbroken. That I have no idea what that means. I'm assuming maybe like they wrote stuff or whatever. Or, oh no, maybe these are, no, I think these are quotes from them, not the person who did the art. It's designed by this person. I have no idea how to pronounce that. So there's that. So yeah, it looks like those are actually just quotes. It's got a little magnet. Deck of Worlds Guidebook. So here's all the information of how the deck actually basically works. Each card has multiple like pieces to it, and then you just kind of, mix and match like this to create like a location. I mean, that's more or less all it is, really. It looks like there's a either a game here as well, or just like, hey, if you're freaking, oh yeah, if you're using it collaboratively, as in multiple players, multiple people working with it. So, but yeah, so I thought I was buying the Story Engine deck. And yeah, it's not, there it is. Again, it's totally fine. If I like this, I will probably turn around and buy the Story Engine deck. But essentially, what you could think of it as is something like, an AI, as much as people hate that. An AI or, something like that, where you just, you shuffle cards and it just randomizes things, I guess I would probably say more along the lines of like a name generator as opposed to like an AI program. The difference between the main difference between something AI and this, however, is really the big thing, which is this doesn't use freaking giant amounts of power, and you can get just as much like stuff out of it. At least that's what it's at least that's the idea. So then you would take this and you would be like, okay, the new cards, they're not going to shuffle well. They're also awkward shaped, so that too. But, you know, you give them a little bit of a shuffle. Let's do one of these. A couple of these, really. You know, just do a couple of those. And then, so you want a region. So you draw out a region. And what we got is a cliff. And, you know, if you don't want the cliffs, you can put that back, draw out another one. Hey, we got a grassland. Put that away, because we don't want a grassland. How about a forest? So I'm going to draw whatever this fourth card is. And we're not going to look at this yet. Because I actually want to do it the way that you're supposed to here. You're supposed to just draw. I mean, partially you're supposed to just draw and see what you get. And then see if you can combine them together. You know, in like a story. Like an idea, you know? But obviously, if the idea doesn't work out very well, you can always change it. Let me... I'm realizing I'm doing a lot of stuff here. And that's out of the camera. So, let me just, you know, bring the camera up a little bit. So... I'm not going to be able to do too much of this personally while I'm standing here. But that's just because it's difficult for me to stand. So we have a bay or a maze. I want to show a couple of the cards and then we'll actually grab whatever it gives us. This one is... I don't know, because it's not focusing. A dump and a thicket. That's cool. A plaza or a clearing. So that's cool. I mean, look at the art on on these. Like, these are good. You know? Top one is a glade. The bottom one is a restaurant. Is it like an eatery? Ah, yeah, it is. That is, in fact, like an eatery. That do be a restaurant. So that's interesting. So let's check the next one here, which is the namesake. Yeah, let's see if I can get these things open. And you'll notice that the first card only had one thing on it. The second card had two things on it. You notice that these cards actually have 4 things on them. And that gives you, you know, more variety, more things to consider. I'm also doing all of this, you know, completely blind. Like, I haven't used this yet. You literally watched me unbox it. But I'm going off of, like, what I've seen on, like, Reddit. Which is where I saw this. So, like, with this one, you have Masterless of Healing that Hums and of Statues. So that's interesting. We have an Empty of lungs of gold ore at the end of the world. So we'll take that and see what that is. This one, it looks like, is another 4-option card. This is the Origins. My assumption by the term origin is like elf, dwarf, god, you know. We'll find out when we actually get it open. I mean, for those that watch my Lego video, you know, I don't have nimble fingers due to, you know, disability. So, this is by far not the most easy thing for me to do. You know, open packages that have little tiny, you know, bits of plastic that you have to get. See, this is how you truly randomize. I've never been good at regular shuffling anyway. I don't even know what this is. It's probably the thing that they put to, like, keep it from, like, getting wet. Or whatever it is. So let's see. We have former trading hub, former habitat of an extinct species, shaped by landslides, site of an infamous heist. This one gives us former seat of a fallen empire, was once overflowing with greenery, site of a tragic death, founded by a secret society. So now we have an origin. And then this is yet another 4-part card. I think the last two here are going to be 4-part. Because the idea is that you're supposed to stack them, right? So, like, you would want the bottom cards to, you know, have the least or the most, whatever. I know what I'm trying to say, and I will show you what I'm trying to say when I get it, when I put it together. Because, like, I've looked at you know, I looked at how it was ran and stuff like that, you know. And, I mean, this could also just be a fun game, you know. Create the most interesting thing out of the things that you're given. So this is attributes such as known for unusual pets, values creativity, known for its fragrance, considered sacred ground. Good health care. We don't have that for sure. Known for wildflowers, regionally specific spice, regionally specific cheese. Neat. And then finally, last but not least, you draw what is called an advent card. And by the looks of it, this is actually only a 2-sided card. Or not two-sided, but like 2-item card. So I was wrong. It's not a 4-item card. Oh, come on. Really? All the others I had no issue with once I got to that point. Whoops. If you want to see what that was, you can just pause the video, I guess. I think I saw something about a siege, but I don't know for sure. A revolutionary manifesto is causing an uproar. There is a rush to discover a mythical burial site. Aha! Neat. A prophet is claiming to speak for a new god. Hey, I have a campaign about that. Contamination has just been discovered in the water. Something alive, dead, or chemical. Oh, I totally missed that there was a whole other... The god demands worship, tribute, or changes in lifestyle. That I don't have a campaign about. But I sort of do. So, we have an island. We have either a floodplain or a crossroad. So it's an island that has a crossroad somewhere. Or rather, we're on an island and the area is a crossroad. It's red without regret of chimes or of the sky. Okay. None of that fits. None of that fits, but we'll go with it. We have site of a famous race between rivals. Was once a living entity. Oh. Origin of a famous art style or site of the oldest recorded culture. I like the was once a living entity idea. And then for our attribute, it is haven for outcasts and exiles, wealthy, known for weaving, or sweltering hot in the summer. And our advent is mysterious sounds are being heard at night. Screaming, digging, or singing. For a crossroad. A populist leader. I'm having to read these upside down, sorry. Populist leader is gaining power through dangerous rhetoric, resulting in civil conflict, fear of outsiders, or indoctrination. Boy, that sounds familiar. And so, now that we've put it all together, you know, very similar to how they have it. Although, it looks like they did it slightly differently. But, you know, you can put it together like so. Yeah, it looks like they wanted... And you know, it doesn't technically matter in the end. But the way they're saying to set it up is that these parts go over here. These ones go down here. And then your advent slides in like that. And so, we now have an island that has a red crossroad. The island was once a living entity, and it is sweltering in the summer. You can't see this at all, I'm just realizing. Can I like block the light at all? Not really. I guess that works. The island, Crossroad, Red, was once a living entity, sweltering in summer, and there's a populist leader that is gaining power through dangerous rhetoric. And with that, you now have an entire campaign world, like place set up, basically. You know, you've got your island. You know, your players can start on your island. Or, if you're not doing it for like D&D, you now have a story. You know, your story starts at a crossroad on the island. It is known as the Red Crossroad. The island is sweltering it's swelteringly hot during the summer. The island was once a living entity, and who knows? Perhaps that living entity has some relation to the populist leader who is gaining power through dangerous rhetoric. Perhaps he is attempting to revive whatever the entity is. Maybe it's a dead god or something. And like, look at that. We just created like an entire story just from that. You know? Now you just take those ideas and you expand on it. And, you know, okay, maybe the Red Crossroad doesn't work out. So, you know, you put the Red Crossroad away, you draw a new landmark, and now we have a sanctuary or a cliff. You know? Or maybe, no, those don't work. So we have an island, and on the island is a lake. And you can even combine multiple of these to say there's a lake and a sanctuary on the island. You know? But that's just the base experience. I like that I'm talking about all of this as if I know all of these things, but like, I just bought this and opened it. I don't actually know. I'm just going off of like how it feels to me, you know? It's like, hey, that's... So I'm going to assume that these expansions are going to include some cards for all 6 of the sections, basically. I can see how it opens. It's just not wanting to. There's a little tab right here. Oh, and I'm tearing it. That was not cool. I mean, I suppose it doesn't... I suppose you don't have to keep these because the idea would be that you put them into the big box. And I probably will, so there's really no point in keeping them separate. But still. Here's all the credits specifically for this one. Assuming, you know, that you can actually read it. So with these regions, we have Vale, Kingdom, Fen, Sea, Briar, City, Mount, Cave. It should be. These are the myth and magic sections. So like for landmarks, we have things like portals, towns or cairns, taverns or henges, cool, keeps, apothecaries, obelisks and stairs, cathedrals and another crossroad card, forges, fortresses, or forts. Technically, they are separate. Castles, or maybe, a market, or a village, or a road, or a shrine, or a mill, or another city, and a fountain. Interesting. Whoops. I had some of them backwards after that. Not that, it should matter, but this is me we're talking about. Now, I can't show everything because we would be here forever, going over everything. But, your origin of an order of mages. Or the site of an infamous monster slaying. These are the origin cards, by the way. It was once a burial site. Or shaped by mages. Or the site of a famous siege. Created through a prophecy. Like I said, I can't go over all of these, so. But yeah. This is pretty much what they are. An ancient evil is breaking free of its prison. Hey, wait a minute. that sounds really familiar. Not my current D&D campaign or anything. Hotly contested trial by combat is about to take place. The last practitioners of a magic art will soon die. The land itself seems to be coming to life. Hey, that one fits with the whole, it used to be an entity thing. Maybe they're trying to bring it back, Of course, attributes. And unfortunately, there's not exactly a lot that I can, show you that isn't just words. But, that's the whole point of it. So, it's not like I can show you pretty pictures of everything. So, we'll put our namesakes in here. We'll put our attributes in here. Put our advents in here. Our landmarks, our origins, and our regions. Now, I'm probably only going to, open one more of these to show you. Just because there are so many here. But this is the Hero's Quest, which actually has a whole different system. Hero's Quest and Fool's Errand is a deck of adventure prompts for writers and role players that can be used with the Deck of Worlds or the Story Engine deck, or on its own. See, I don't remember buying this. Maybe it was a freebie? A local pet needs urgent care at a distant vet. The owner will reward anyone who can get them there quickly. It's got little things on the side like describe the pet, or where is the vet, or who is the owner. And you can see the little symbols, assuming you can see the little symbols, that are the like 6 different cards. Come on. Focus. It does not want to focus. How about out here? It just doesn't want to focus no matter what. So that's unfortunate. Oh well, not much I could do about that. So that's cool. I wonder if that was some kind of an extra because I ordered so much. Oh, there's a picture on the inside. That's cool. But this one has one too. Yep. So that's cool. The one that will definitely help in the campaign that I am currently running, though, or at least I should say that I'm hoping will help in the one I'm currently running, is this one here. You know, if I get it open, because this is, well, assuming I can freaking, there we go. This one is Frost and Fable. Not that it's going to focus, of course, but still, I tried. Ah! Oh, this is a completely different, like, box from the others. This is just a standard, like, deck box. It doesn't, like, do the fold open or anything. A little disappointing. Just because I thought the other one was cool, but still. Whoop. That's the title card. We've got like a taiga, mountains, tundra, city, sea, ice, foothills, snow. And you have like towns and glaciers, villages, icebergs, shelters, rivers, chasms. Hey look, it's the pit. Lakes, Erie, Pass. Yeah, all kinds of cool stuff in here. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna play around with this and see how that goes. It's definitely a much better way of getting ideas than trying to ask a computer for things. So, even if this doesn't end up helping me, in any way, I'm still going to recommend it just from the little that I've used here, because it's just, it's just awesome. Like, this is just cool. It really is. So, And, you know, again, there's the big guy, there's the guidebook. So, you can even find a video tutorial on deckofworlds.com/tutorial. This is not sponsored at all, by the way. But yeah, I'm going to play around with this and see how it goes. I hope you all enjoyed. These unboxing special video things have been fun, as you can tell by the fact that I'm doing more of them. I'll see you next time. Oh, I mean, I was gonna say check the playlist, but whatever. I do stream at twitch.tv/SereneInc sometimes. So feel free to come on out and check that out. So, and tell me what you think of this this cute little skirt. I think it's cute. I don't know where I'm going with that. See you later.